Welcome or welcome back to Tarot and Chill. My name is Nisha, and this is a bigger card reading to find out what is your connection with this person. Twin flames, soulmates, karmic, or any other kind of relationship. So you guys can ask about as many people as you like, but I recommend trying to stick to only one group per person. Some of you might find that there's multiple groups for one person, but I'd recommend trying to avoid picking too many in general, and maybe asking about one person at a time. But yeah, I'm going to get into the reading now. We've got 7 groups today. Group 1 is the Rose Quartz. Group 2 is the Amethyst. Group 3 is the Tigerite. Group 4 is the Orange Calcite. Group 5 is the Apatite. Group 6 is the Black Obsidian. And Group 7 is the Sodalite. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice. Otherwise, I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be below in the description box. You can also find details of my personal readings, Patreon, and PayPal for donations. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment to let me know how this resonates for you. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. Also, turn on the notification button. I'm not sure if YouTube actually sends notifications, but it's good to hit the bell button if you'd like to see my content when it's released. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the Rose Quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, you have Polar Bear, Solitude, Friendship, Strength, Resilience. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Spiritual Growth. From the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle, you have Epona, Earth Magic. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Nine of Pentacles. From the Good Karma Tarot, you have Temperance. And the Devil. I feel like there's like a significant connection between you and this person, but I don't see it as sacred or necessary in terms of like a romantic thing. I'm sorry to say this, I feel like for some of you this is like a soul tie, but it's not necessarily the most healthy. Like, I don't feel like it's the worst one ever, but it kind of comes across like you and this person may have maybe done some connecting over the years of this life or a past life that have just kind of attached you to each other in a bit of a too close kind of way. I'm not seeing it as really damaging for you. Like I do see with the Spiritual Growth card, this has been purposeful in some way. Like maybe you and this person have been good friends, or they may have helped you to like manage your anger, I'm hearing. It feels like this person does kind of make you a bit angry sometimes, or vice versa, but I feel like it has been like helpful to kind of learn how to anger manage and to learn patience, I'm hearing, and to kind of come to your own, I'm hearing like your own senses and your own belief systems and your own confirmations and things. Like it feels like really spiritually useful for you, even if it was not particularly necessary, or I'm hearing deserved, like you didn't deserve to have to deal with this. It's kind of like too intense and too strong, and it feels like this connection has been like a bit rageful at times and passionate, but maybe not in the most comfortable way. It feels like you may have some irritation towards this person, or they may have irritation towards you. And I feel like the relationship stood the test of time, and it's gone on for a long time, and you may have been with each other in different lifetimes before this. And I feel like there is some purpose to you coming together every time you come together. Some of you may have like a business connection or like a whole friendship network in common or something. It just feels like you have like a solid friendship, but maybe sometimes you dabble with like a sexual connection and it goes harmful. It's like there's some incompatibility with a sexual or romantic or intimate connection with you and this person, but it seems to go very well if you're just friends, or if you're business partners, or if you're mates in that way, like maybe not close friends, but you just like know of each other. It feels like you do kind of help each other and teach each other in a way which is not very easy and not very desirable and not very perfect. But it's kind of like a learning experience for you, I feel like, with this person. Like, this person comes across like a kind of other, like, I would put it in soul ties, but it just feels too romanticized for this group. Kind of think of it like you have a bond with this person that is like a soul bond, and it can be positive and it can be negative. And it could be considered like a soul tie, because I do feel like some of you have had sex with this person many lifetimes ago. Like, some people don't really know that you can make those kind of soul ties with people through things like sex. Obviously, you can have them through other ways like friendship or a business that you started together once upon a time that could create a soul tie. But for some of you, I do feel like you have like a toxic one with this person because you tried to take it beyond like the friendship and the business and made it about sex. Or that may be your story in this life. And it feels like it was like okay, but just like not really right. Or it is okay, but it's not like the best of the best of the best. Like, it's not a twin flame. It's not like a... I'm not going to say it's not a soulmate, because like you do feel like mates in that way, but it's not like you're like destined to be together. I'm hearing you're not a soul group. Like, you and this person were not born into the same soul group. You're not connected by spirit in any way, but spirit doesn't hate your friendship. And your friendship is kind of like time tested, like every lifetime that you're together on this earth. You do time and time again come together and talk. And maybe it doesn't really go very far, or maybe it's like I'm hearing like just like a pass the night away thing, or a fling or something, and it might give you a headache sometimes when you deal with this person. And there might be other times when you do kind of grow from the experience or have really fun times together. And I'm seeing there's times when you get like over-attached to each other. And maybe it was just meant to be temporary and you let them go, but it ends up being something that kind of takes control over your life, or gets to in your head, or feels better than it is. Like, it can feel too good to be true at times, I'm feeling, because there is like a spiritual connection and you will recognize each other's souls from previous lifetimes. And in future lives, you'll recognize each other's souls. But sometimes it won't feel good. Like, you might look in their eyes and feel like a darkness, or feel like they don't like you, or I'm hearing for someone even like you feel like they're evil or something like that. And I do feel like sometimes when you come together in lifetimes past or future lifetimes, you're going to like harm each other. You're not always going to be best friends. You're not always going to do business in the right way, I'm hearing. Like, sometimes maybe someone is not responsive to things, or someone is like come and go, or not very convinced. But there's definitely been times when you've come together in like a really positive way. So yeah, I hope that resonated with you, and I hope you don't mind that it's like a bit of an other category. So I would say this is not like a great person for life kind of person, if you're wanting to know. But it seems like you probably had sex quite frequently in previous lifetimes, and it feels like you've been friends frequently. And I'd put this as like the best hope would be like friends and business. If you're asking and wondering what kind of relationship you should have with this person, it feels like really positive for you if you just have like a friendship. Especially if you do like make money together, or share ideas, or like teach each other with regards to spiritual systems and stuff. But I do feel like you can get a bit possessive of each other in an unnecessary way. It's like you're not meant to. Like, you're meant to just let each other come and go, but you can get a bit too intensely connected, I'm hearing. Like, you're best friends rather than just friends. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that group one. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below if you enjoyed this reading, or if it was helpful for you. And leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you and what kind of relationship you have with this person in this lifetime right now. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of content like this. Also hit the notification bell so you can be the first one to see when I drop a new video, and be in the comments to say first, or whatever you guys like to do. If you'd like a personal reading, the information will be below in the description box. And you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal if you'd like to support my channel. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, you have Eagle, Vision, Freedom, Authority, Inspiration. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Yes. From the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle, you have Nematona, Safe Space, and Hatha, Soul Family. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Magician. And then from the Good Karma Tarot, you have the Two of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Wow. Well, I feel like this person's definitely part of your soul family, with the soul family card coming up here. And I feel like a lot of you were specifically asking if this person is your twin flame. And I would say yes, they are, with the Two of Wands and the Magician and the Yes card. Like, it feels like you and this person are kind of divinely guided to each other, I want to say. And it feels like, I want to say, like, no matter what kind of lives you have, it feels like you always boost each other. Like, you could be in, like, different countries, but if you guys start communicating, you're going to feel the energy of this connection. If you meet, you're going to get on really well. It's like, even if you spoke different languages, you would still be able to read each other's body language and you would still understand each other somehow. Really random message, but yeah, I really feel like you and this person have like a very clean connection. It feels like you're really comfortable with each other and very safe with each other, and you make each other very happy when you get to be incarnated together. I do feel like you quite often would be incarnated with this person. It really does feel like this is like a really strong soulmate or twin flame, even if you believe in that. Like, some of you might just want to leave it at like soulmate and part of your soul family. But for those of you where you were looking for like a yes or no, are they your twin? I would say yes, they are, for sure. But yeah, it's coming through like the soul family part is really important, because I feel like this person may introduce you to lots of other people who are like known soulmates. Because it's like the energy of you and this person, you have different lives before you meet each other, I feel. And you'll have been doing your own thing and like working on your career when you meet each other. And I feel like each of you have like your own collection of friends and people in your lives who are really important to the other one. So it's like when you do come together, your soul family just grows, and it feels like everything's coming together perfectly when you and this person align in any lifetime. I feel like you're really good at understanding each other, but also respecting each other's, I want to say, like, previous lives without each other. So it's like whatever this person did before you knew them, it feels like you're okay with them. Like, you like their character, you like how they've developed. And it feels like for the time you're together, you're really respectful of each other and you encourage each other's dreams. You encourage each other's mission, you make each other's lives more complete. You inspire each other, I'm hearing. It's like you really do, I want to say, like, you really do have this like flame connection. Like, even if you're not like twin flames, it's like you boost each other. It's like you work with each other and you like mesh well with each other. You honestly, like, this encouragement is coming through. Like, it's just really moving forwards nicely if you and this person get together, I'm seeing. Even just the communication, it feels like it goes in the right direction and it doesn't stop. Like, you don't have any issues with your relationship when you and this person come together. It's just so smooth. It feels like you both have all the tools at your disposal to handle this relationship when it comes into your life. I feel like some of you have been maybe communicating with this person for a couple of months or a couple of years, or like kind of coming together before you actually get together, and it's like it just goes so smoothly because you may have been, I'm hearing, like, viewing each other. Like, some of you might have been like following each other on social media for like 2 months or 2 years before you start meeting in real life. Or some of you, it's like you've been talking online, like you just started communicating online, and then you meet in real life. And this could be just like a friend or someone. It's like they're a very special friend to you. Like, they come into your life just at the right moment to help you with your career, I'm seeing, and like help you with your friendships and just make your life more passionate and more positive. They really do uplift you and enlighten you and make everything complete for you, I'm hearing. It's like this sense of completion. Like, I don't really have much more to say for this reading, because whatever kind of relationship you're asking about, whether it's like a friend, a family, or a partner, I'm just seeing this person's destined to be in your life, and it's like they're always destined to be in your life, and they're always safe and sacred for you, and they always bring light to you when you're in a dark place, and encourage you and inspire you and delight you with their ideas and their encouragement. So it doesn't have to be a twin twin flame relationship. Because I feel like some of you might get this for multiple people in your lives and it's like they're part of your soul family. But it might be like through this person you would meet your twin flame, or like they have a connection to your twin flame in some way or something like that. And for some of you are asking about your twin flame, so it's a yes to you guys where you kind of feel that already and you do resonate with how perfect and smooth your relationship with this person has been. But yeah, I love this reading for you guys. Thank you so much for watching group 2. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I make a lot of content like this. Turn on the notification bell if you like to be updated as soon as I post a new reading. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, and PayPal for donations. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Tiger's Eye. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle you have Earth, physical body, grounding, nurture, cultivate. From the Angel Guide Oracle you have blessings and abundance. From the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle you have brave spirit. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot you have the Seven of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. And then from the Good Karma Tarot you have the King of Wands. And the Seven of Swords. I'm seeing this seems to be quite a conflict-based relationship, but it seems like it shouldn't be. It's like it has potential to be amazing. But it feels kind of earth-based. Like I don't see this as like a spiritual connection that's that deep. And I'm sorry to say that to you guys because I do feel like it does feel really special at times. And it may feel like a blessing at times. And I feel like this person may kind of help you to get brave or to feel more confidence or to feel more courageous or to feel better about yourself in some way. And I feel like they're very good to talk to you and you have like a really good communication. And if you have a business connection with this person, I feel like it may be very lucrative financially and like very successful in that way. But I do feel like this person has potential to do you very wrong in this lifetime or previous lifetimes. I'm seeing for most of you it's just this lifetime, like you don't really have a past life connection with this person. It just might be that it feels very safe and comfortable and it's seemingly not as safe and comfortable as it would need to be. Like I do feel like this person may be quite a risky person. Like they take life seriously, but they're also quite dominant and quite charming and quite extroverted. And I feel like they're quite good at manipulating people. Like they can have a tendency to like have people in the palm of their hands. I'm seeing they're very good at talking the talk and they might not be very good at walking the walk. And I do feel like they might be quite a disappointment at times to deal with. Again, whether it's like romance or business or friendship. I feel like there is like a lot of room for you to make money with this person, but it's like they might rob you. Like if you have had a past life relationship, I feel like this person might have robbed you before. Like they might have stolen money from you. Like they helped you make it and then they stole it from you or something like that. Or you were like business partners and then they made a deal that was like cutting you out of the business. I just feel like this person has secrets and they're not very good ones and they're quite good at keeping them. And they're the kind of person where they're quite cutthroat. Like I feel like this relationship is not meant to be emotional. It feels like it's better as cold as possible. It's like a cold, calculated kind of relationship that seems to be better to be about money and better to be about finances and work than anything else. But I do see that you could have like a physical sexual connection with this person. For some of you, and I feel like again, they might not be very trustworthy. They might be the kind of person who like 2 times people or has a lot of people on the go at once. And maybe there's like one person that's like a bit special, but they still have like a lot of people on the back burner. So I do feel like they might be good for like a physical thing or maybe just like a one night stand or something like that. This person might be okay, but I feel like they're not to be too intense with. It's like it's better for you to see it as like a time limited kind of connection. and something that you maybe don't take through to the future with you. It's kind of maybe your heart is on lockdown and you just see it as a way to like get confident to deal with this person, or maybe for some of you it's like got some business use, but long term it's not very solid. I do feel like the connection will, it's like enhancing your life in some small way. Like it does help to create something, or it helps to inspire something, or it helps to begin something. But I feel like if you are doing business with this person or relationship with this person, they might leave you waiting around for a long time, and it's like the kind of person where you'll ask them for answers and they won't give you them. And they won't be on time, they'll be late. Or they will say a certain time, but it won't be correct. Or they'll say they'll do something, but they won't actually do it. Or they'll say something, but it's not backed up by evidence. So I feel like this person has potential to bring fun into your life, but it's kind of for a season or for a moment or for a day. And I feel like it's not karmic and it's not like sacred and it's not spiritual. It's kind of just like a day-to-day, one of those relationships where it's like someone who feels maybe useful and special because they're good at talking the talk and they're not that trustworthy. And I'm sorry to say that to you guys, because I feel like some of you may already be doing business with this person or sleeping with this person or trying to connect with this person on a more emotional level. But I do feel like they're not very emotional and they do make decisions based on what's right for them and they don't really care about others. So I hope you don't mind the sorry reading, but thank you for watching anyway. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like this. If you're interested in personal readings, check out the information below. And you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal if you'd like to support my channel. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the orange calcite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, you have Lizard, Duotara, Dreaming, Sight, Knowledge, Hidden Gifts. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Forgiveness and Understanding. From the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle, you have Mermaid of Lemuria, Joy. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Hierophant. From the Good Karma Tarot, you have the Two of Swords reversed. And the World. I'm feeling there is some kind of complete connection with this person. And I do feel like it may have gone on for several lifetimes. But I'm not seeing them as a twin flame, and I'm not really seeing them as a soulmate. They might be part of your soul family or your soul group. But I feel like they've kind of served their purpose for you already. Maybe in this life, maybe in the last life. Unless you're married, I would say. Like if you're already married to this person, it's like they are a good person to marry. But they're not like a twin flame or a soulmate or anything like that. It just feels like the overall vibe I'm getting is you may have been together before and maybe not always had the best time together, but you've forgiven each other and you kind of get each other and you have a complete connection now. And for some of you, I'm getting the complete connection is like it's done. Like it's no more. It feels like this person was like kind of an option or a choice and maybe they were rejected. Or maybe they rejected you. It feels like it was like a possibility. Like maybe this person was like a potential marriage partner, but they're a no. Or for some of you, you might have said yes after like debating on it and not really sure if you should or you shouldn't. But I feel like you do have like a connection with this person that's quite dreamy and maybe feels very spiritual. And it feels very clean and very good anyway. Like there's no dirt here. Like you don't have bad karma with this person I'm seeing. Which is why I feel like you do have like a past life connection. It's coming through as like there is no bad karma and you may have been married before. Like you may have had a past life where you were married and I feel like it may have not been the best ever, but you did learn from it and you did have a good time together. And maybe you just kind of decided that you wouldn't do that again for some of you, or for some of you, you might have decided you wouldn't argue about certain things again, or you decided you wouldn't hold certain things against each other in the next lifetime. I'm just getting this sense of like everything is good between you guys. So it's like if you are married, it's all amazing and everything's good and I feel like you're going to have a good marriage with them. Even if they're not your twin flame or your soulmate, it's like it just doesn't matter for this one because I feel like you have a good bond. You have a good friendship, and then there's some of you where you're asking about a family member. And it's like this person may quite often be your family member in a lifetime, and it feels like they're maybe not coming back with you ever again out of choice, but it's not like there's any bad karma. It just feels like it's kind of complete. I hope that makes sense for you. And I feel like those of you where you do have spiritual gifts, you kind of already know, like you're making sense of my gaps in this reading because it is for a lot of different people. And I feel like some of you have your own gifts where you can recognize that this person has been married to you many times. And while they may not be a twin flame or a soulmate or anything, they are part of your soul family. And they are very important. I do feel like in this life, it's like your families get on with each other. And you make sense to each other, and you maybe already live together and stuff. So it's like you're watching this reading and maybe it's like very pointless for you because you love this person so much and you're so happy with them. And you know they're right for you. So it's like, why does it even matter if you have like a spiritual connection or not? Because in this lifetime, your connection is so happy and you're so good to each other and you're loyal to each other and you're faithful to each other and you spend time together that's like positive and you're not confused. You're not like questioning your options. I'm really getting a sense of loyalty. Like if you guys are together, you just don't question it, which is why I feel like you don't need this reading and I'm going to leave it here. But anyway, thank you for watching Group 4. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below if you enjoyed this reading. And leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And check out the other content on my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to see my recent uploads if you haven't been seeing them recently. And also check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon and PayPal for donations. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Apatite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle you have Stick Insect, Stillness, Awareness, Discernment, Composure. From the Angel Guide Oracle you have Transformation. From the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle you have Asclepios, Sacred Medicine. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot you have the Eight of Wands. From the Good Karma Tarot you have the Lovers. And the Nine of Wands. I feel like you and this person have had a very long-standing relationship that's gone on through different lifetimes. And it does seem to be very sacred and it does seem to be very significant. I feel you're very healing for each other and you're very important for each other. And I do feel this is like a soulmate connection or possibly even a twin flame relationship. It feels like it's not too important here because you guys are feeling like food for the soul for each other. And it's like, does it even matter? Like some of you cringe at the concept of like soulmates and twin flames. And all you need to know is like this exciting relationship is non-stop. Like you guys would stick it out with each other. You guys would stay with each other and make sure you're always there for each other and doing the right thing by each other and caring for each other. So I feel like those of you where you do cringe at the concept of like a soul relationship and like past lives together and whatever, it doesn't matter. Like you don't need to worry about it. Just know that you enjoy this relationship for very good reason because they're very healthy for you, this person. They are like medicine, like food for your soul, like I said, and they do contribute to your development in a healthy way. I feel like before you met this person, you come a long way in life. It's like you've done a lot of learning, you've done a lot of growing, you've done a lot of progressing, and you may have been alone for a while, or you may have been taking a break from people to like just go through your own inner transformation. And I feel like this person's come at the right time, and it feels like your relationship moves forwards very quickly and it burns very bright and it stays. And maybe you have times where it's like difficult, but I feel like you just calm down. Like it's just not as fast moving during the times when it's maybe difficult for you. But I feel like you still would always put up with each other. Like there's no reason to doubt this connection is what I'm hearing. But yeah, I'm really getting the sense a lot of you don't really like the topic of this discussion, and it's like you're watching but you don't really dig it. And maybe the fact that you are coming up as like probability of twin flame or soulmate relationship being very high is maybe slightly convincing for you, and maybe it will make you, I want to say, hold on tighter to this connection because it feels really meaningful, and maybe you're just like going about your business not realizing how meaningful it is. And I'm hearing for one person, it's like your partner thinks you're their twin flame and you've just like not been interested and you're like really annoyed because they were right or something like that. It's like they're really healing for your soul and you just thought they were like a good friend or something, but you're realizing they're actually like deeper than that. And I feel you may be at a break in communication, or maybe you've not even like come together in the physical. Maybe you're just talking by phone or by DM or by text or in the process of coming together, I'm hearing for you guys. But it feels like once you're together, you won't leave each other's side. And I'm feeling a sense of determinedness by one or both of you, especially the masculine. I feel like the feminine has no idea how determined the masculine is to make this last and to make this move forwards and to heal the connection if something's gone wrong, to make it better again. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and sorry if you are cringed out by the topic. You guys chose to watch. But yeah, if you did enjoy this, please hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're new here. I make a lot of videos like this. If you're interested in personal readings, you can find the information below. And you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations if you're feeling generous. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Black Tourmaline. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, you have Koala, Calm Perspective, Imagination, Ease. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Take a Step Back. From the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle, you have Athena, Wise Decision. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Two of Swords. From the Good Karma Tarot, you have the Hierophant Reversed. And Death. Wow, this is giving me very strong like divorce energy. So I feel like you guys might have had a soul contract with this person once upon a time, but I feel like it doesn't exist anymore. It's like been rejected, or you guys have like fallen out in a way that's irreparable. I'm feeling like irreparable differences, like irreconcilable differences. It's really giving me divorce energy. So it's like whatever spiritual contract existed between you, it's completely irrelevant because it just doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. It's like the energy of you guys not even liking each other. Like I feel like you and this person don't get along. Or it's like the energy of you doing something to each other in a past life that was unacceptable, I'm hearing, or like unforgivable. I feel like it's either this person has their eye on you in like a not very nice way, or you have your eye on them in a not very nice way, and it feels like you naturally came to the conclusion to like step back from this relationship. Maybe even block this person. Like I feel like it might have ended quite badly. I feel like in every lifetime you and this person end up not trusting each other and not liking each other, and it's that kind of energy of you may be wronging each other, or like one of you wrongs the other, and then it just creates like a problem and a no. And maybe there was an original contract between you, but it's gone wrong, or it's just for you to know each other for a small period and it's like it's not needed anymore. I strongly feel like this is kind of like a not really necessary reading. If anything, I feel like you might have bad karma with this person, to be honest. And I'm sorry to say that, but I do feel like some of you might have wronged this person in the past, or they might have wronged you in the past, or you may have been married and divorced in the past, or I'm hearing like promised yourself to each other but then not fulfilled the promise. So it's like maybe for one of you, you incarnated together in this lifetime with the intention to marry this person and like a contract to marry this person. But then maybe they were with someone else, or they said no, or vice versa, or they like really wronged you. Or you wronged them, and I feel like it's done. It's like whatever was here is done. And you guys are unlikely to ever be friends again, I want to say. And you're unlikely to reincarnate together again. It's like this ended so badly that you guys want nothing to do with each other anymore. It really just feels like this is like really not a very good situation. It's like you and this person do not like each other. I feel like it's going to be like an instant distrust between you and this person if you do ever see each other again in this lifetime or the next. It's like you don't trust each other and you don't gel well and you don't mesh well and you don't... I'm hearing like if you had a relationship, you wouldn't meet each other's families. It would like end before that stage. You wouldn't marry, you would divorce. If you did marry, it would end in tears. It would end very badly and you would end up with bad karma. So if you have like dumped this person or rejected this person's advances, I would say wise decision for you, like you did the right thing. Or if this person's like an ex-friend, I feel like you don't want them around for a reason. Like trust that. Trust the sense of perspective you have that this person's not good for you. It's like you know best. And there isn't really any significant soul contract or anything here. It's like it's done and dusted and it's a no to it. Like whatever was there, it's just like pointless to even discuss it. I feel like if you did have a thing to fulfill with each other, like a contract, it would be done by now. It's like it's over. It doesn't matter if it was fulfilled or not even. And I do feel like next time if you do come back together, it's not going to be very nice. It'll be like you hate each other and you're like enemies and maybe one of you wronged each other so much in this lifetime that now the other is owed something. It's like that kind of energy where you just don't want it. And I would try and stay away from this person if I was you, and I feel like your instincts will tell you to always hate them from now on. So I'm sorry for the reading that's not very nice, but I hope it was helpful for you anyway. I'm really getting like divorced, like you're divorced from this person anyway, and you're just watching for confirmation and to ease your mind about like letting go of this person and that being the right thing to do. So anyway, hit the thumbs up button if this was helpful, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're new here, hit the notification bell to be updated when I post a new video. Check out the information for personal readings, Patreon and PayPal for donations, and I really hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Sodalite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Secret Language of Animals Oracle, you have Masked Owl, Insight, Wisdom, Foresight, Messenger. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Ease and Grace. From the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle, you have Mary Magdalene, Sacred Marriage. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Six of Cups reversed. Then from the Good Karma Tarot, you have the Nine of Cups and the Sun. This is really interesting. I feel like you did have a soul contract with this person at one point. And I feel like it was fulfilled. Like I do feel like you did at one point have a contract to like marry and have children. But it feels like it's done and it's cleared. And I feel like you had some karma in past lives which was cleared. And it's like this person is very solid for you. Like they are a sacred friend and a sacred partner. And for some of you, you have been married many, many, many times in the past. And you've had children many times in the past. And I would say it's not particularly like destined for this lifetime. But it's not to say it wouldn't be fruitful and it wouldn't be good. Because I feel like this person's very special for you and they're very happy to be around. And it's like you don't have any bad karma. There's zero requirement for you to marry in this life. But I do feel like for some of you, you've had the kind of past lives where you did... This came up in a reading before. I don't know if you guys were one of the ones who watched it. But it was for people where they married in ancient Egypt and other cultures really past back in the day, and some of them more modern, where they married and like written into the human contract of the marriage was that you would marry in every single lifetime. Or for Hinduism, it's like for the next 7, you're going to be together. So I feel like that's the kind of thing where you may have had something like, for example, for Hindus, it might have been you had 7 lifetimes together. And this one's maybe like the 9th, and it's like you guys prefer to stay. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing. It's like there's no real spiritual contract. But for some of you, it's like you promised each other to each other. Like you were promised to each other, I'm hearing, like by your family. Or you did promise yourselves to each other. This is giving me like an arranged marriage from like lifetimes ago. Like thousands of years ago or something. And you guys are really good together, so you just didn't leave. It's like you always find each other again and you'll get some like messages before this person comes in your life. And it's kind of irrelevant what kind of contract or like soulmate bond you have, because it's like you're each other's preference. I'm really getting that. It's like it just doesn't matter to you what the original contract was, because there's no bad karma and there's nothing bad here. There's nothing damaging, there's nothing like written into the stars that you have to be with this person. It's very much like human contract based, like you did sign a marriage contract in like ancient Babylonia and it promised you to each other for every lifetime. And you don't hate it, like you're not mad at it because you and this person have fun together and you're happy together and you make each other's dreams come true, I'm hearing. I feel like all your lifetimes with this person were like dream come true lifetimes. It's like the kind of ones where you feel like the love life was amazing, or maybe you got famous, or maybe your career was amazing. And you were rich and you were like powerful and destined and you just felt like happy in your life. So it's like this is an easy relationship and this is an easy companionship. And I do feel like there is like a once upon a time contract. And there has maybe been, for some of you, I'm torn, some of you are married in this lifetime and you preferred each other, you chose each other, and you've never been incarnated with each other before. But it doesn't matter because you've picked each other and you're happy together. And for some of you, there were loads of past lives and there's no bad energy between you because it's always gone really well. And it's just like you keep choosing each other and it's not spirit that's like forcing you to or anything like that. It's more like personal preference, like you just prefer each other. You enjoy each other. I'm hearing like it's like each other's eyes. Like you really can't forget each other's eyes. And you love each other so deeply and you talk really well. And again, I feel like you do have like a psychic connection where you kind of understand each other on a different level. Like you might think what this person says before they say it. So I feel like it feels very spiritual and I do feel like you may have like deja vu with this person a lot and things like that. So it seems like they're a very important person in your life and in loads of your lifetimes. Like I do feel like some of you have had 9 past lives with this person. It's like completed the 7. I'm strongly seeing like Hinduism and it was like 7 lifetimes for some of you and it's done. The contract's over, but you still like each other. You still prefer each other. You don't want anyone else. Like you just don't care if there's anyone better for you or worse for you because this one's fucking amazing. Like you have nothing but happy lifetimes together and it's so easy to be with them. And they understand you and you find them so fucking beautiful. So yeah, I feel like this one's like very romantic and very perfect. And I feel like you're not soulmates, so you're not like soul tribe and you're not twin flames and you're not meant to be together, but you chose each other and you keep staying together and you keep wanting to do this over and over again. It's like every time you see each other, you're like, hey, it's you again. I love you. So I love this reading for you guys, Group 7. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how that resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like this. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the information below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated. If you'd like a personal reading, please check out the information below. And you can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations if you're feeling generous. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.